Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Dylan D and welcome back to the channel. It feels so good to be back, and we even have 4,000 brand new subscribers to the channel since the last time we spoke. Welcome everyone, it's a pleasure to have you and thank you so much for subscribing. It literally means the world to me. I know it's been just over 6 months since my last video, but like I always say, there will always be a new video. Of course, if you'd like to help my channel produce more content with less time in between videos, then it is as easy as liking this video here, commenting on it, and subscribing. The more people subscribe and watch my videos, then the more likely YouTube is to recommend these videos to others, which of course gets me closer to being able to produce YouTube content full-time as well. I feel it's a win-win for everyone. But today, we bring back a very popular theme that did really well for its first video, Java versus Bedrock. In this video, I will be showing everyone how to build their very own Tumbler Batmobile for Java and Bedrock editions, then pitting them against each other to see which one is truly better. If you remember the first Java versus Bedrock video, we built 4 directional end-busting flying machines for both editions. I didn't announce an overall winner in the last video, but in my opinion, the Bedrock edition 4-way flying machine built by Infinite Zhao won by a landslide due to its moving block entities, allowing for almost too much storage in a relatively small build. Not to mention his 4-way flying machine is literally stopped by just opening a trap chest. It doesn't get any better than that. But who will prevail today after we build 2 Tumbler Batmobiles? Will it be Java or Bedrock edition? Stick around until the end of the video to find out who wins, but of course I also want to hear which version you feel should win and why in the comments below. So sound off. I definitely want to know what you guys think since my channel is evenly split between Java and Bedrock players. But really quick, before we start the tutorial, I feel everyone deserves a preview of everything I've been working on for the past 6 months and what's to come here soon on my channel. What started off as a stationary redstone build by Cubehamster can now be driven across your map. The Tumbler Batmobile Slimestone flying machine from the Dark Knight trilogy for both Java and Bedrock editions. You can find your edition's tutorial start time in the description below. As well, if this video can get 300 likes, then I will continue on with the Java vs Bedrock series. But don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, as it definitely helps me get closer to full-time content on the channel. And if you find yourself experiencing some sort of joy while watching today's video, I encourage you to subscribe, especially if you don't want to miss out on automated robot battles, the biggest flying machines you've ever seen, or War of the Machines Volume 3. But now that that's all out of the way, let's jump into today's tutorial. Alright, so for this build you will need everything in this chest here. I'll wait for a second there if you want to take a screenshot or if you want to write down everything that you'll need for the build. But this will be all the materials for the Java edition build right here. And then of course another thing to keep in mind is the dimension. So where we'll build it is down that direction, but the light blue concrete powder is the footprint of the build. And that is 17 blocks long by 7 blocks wide by 5 blocks tall. So the machine will be 5 blocks tall total. But from there, that's how we'll be able to judge where we start building everything, is by that light blue concrete powder. And before we start, just to show everyone building this in Java edition, this is the Batmobile I build in the tutorial. As you can see, it definitely works. So if you started the machine and it doesn't work, you either missed a block or two, or you accidentally built the machine for the wrong edition. Either way, I just really encourage pausing the video every few blocks while following these tutorials. Even if you slow down the speed of the video, I tend to place blocks rather quickly, so pausing every few blocks can save you a lot of hassle and me a nasty comment. Alright, so for the first level of the machine, we're going to start off with 3 observers like this, just 1 block away from the wall. I'm going to grab a block of choice, placing it on the middle one, and then cover it with pistons like this. 2 glazed terracotta blocks like this, and then we want observers in front of them. And then we want 2 observers to the side like so as well. Next, we're going to place in 4 pistons, and then a black stone staircase on the back here. This is what's going to mimic the tires. Then we also want to put one on the front here of the observers. From there, we're going to go ahead and grab a smooth stone slabs coming out from this observer. We want to come all the way out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks total. From there, we're going to come out 2 blocks on the sides here, just like that, and then we want glazed terracotta, and then we're going to come out with the smooth stone slabs again, 1 block further than our original row, just like this. Go ahead and mirror that, and then we're going to come out from the glazed terracotta to the same point. Awesome. Now from there, we're going to go ahead and place in the bottom of our front tires with 2 upside down staircases like that, and then on the back as well. Awesome. So that should be it so far. Alright, so for the second layer of the build, we want 2 honey blocks here, 2 slime blocks like this. I'm going to grab my slabs of choice, placing them on both sides. Then I want to go ahead and grab my observers, placing them inwards like so. From here, I'm going to place 1 piston, and then a glazed terracotta block, 1 honey block, and then I want to place a sticky piston, which will be the start of our engine. I'm going to grab a block of choice and then place it right behind it with an observer facing into that block of choice. Now from here, I'm going to grab an immovable block, such as obsidian, placing it in there. From this point, I'm going to go ahead and place in the pistons on both sides, and then this is what this whole shape should look like. From there, we're going to grab observers again, placing 1 here, and then a honey block on the other side. Very important for our engine. 2 slime blocks like so, same thing on this side, and then we're going to fill it in with pistons. Then I'm going to grab the block of choice for the tires and fill in 2 here, and then 2 right here as well. Trapdoor will go right there, and then an observer in front of it to finish off the engine. We'll build these slabs up here on both sides and then place in glazed terracotta block here, there, and then a trapdoor there. Also important for the engine. Next up, we'll go ahead and place in 2 more trapdoors, slime blocks, observers, etc., etc. Now what I want to do is I'm going to grab my rails and my mine carts. We're going to go ahead and place in where you're able to get into through the side of the machine without having to open the top of it. Just make sure you break the rail underneath the mine cart after you place it. Any slab will do as well, and then you can put a piston there, and then I'm going to grab a redstone block, pushing it into place, and then I break the piston first since it was a sticky piston. Alright, awesome. Then I'm going to grab my regular pistons here. Go ahead and throw in 3 just like so, and then I'm going to grab my trapdoors again to finish this whole area so it will all move forward. Next up, I want to grab my workbenches. So any movable workbenches work. I mean, these are like probably your best 2 in Java, so I'm just going to go with these 2. From there, I'm going to go ahead and place these 2 stairs back to back like so. From there, a slime block in the front, and then I'm going to grab my rails and my minecart again. So this would be like the front seat. Making sure to break the rail, I'm going to go ahead and update this trapdoor so it pushes all of that into place. Awesome. Now from here, I want 2 blocks of choice and another 2 right here. Glazed terracotta, just 2 blocks, 1 here and 1 on there, that side. And then we're going to finish off the tires with this very basic shape. Cool. All right, so the last step for this little segment, I'm going to grab my polished black stone blocks, and then we're going to start off from this slime block with 1, 2, 3, 4, and a top slab, bottom slab, top slab, and then another bottom slab. After that, we're going to go back to the other side slime block, 4 polished black stone blocks, top slab, top slab. That's in that type of design. All right, starting off the third level, we're going to go ahead and start off with sticky pistons, 1 here and then 1 right here. From there, we want to come off of those sticky pistons with the movable blocks right here, slime block in between that one, and then the honey block on that side. From here, we're going to go ahead and grab those slabs again, placing them on the sides, observers in front, and pistons in front of those. We want a slime block in the middle, honey block in front of that. 2 observers like so with pistons in front. Grabbing the observers again, we want to face them sideways, and they'll power these pistons right here. 2 honey blocks will go here, and then 1 right here. Next up, we want to finish off the tire with our black stone steps. You can see, looks like a tire. Go ahead and do the same thing to this side. Awesome. From here, we're going to go ahead and come forward with 2 terracotta blocks on both sides, glazed terracotta, placing in trapdoors as well, so it can all move forward. Next up, we want smooth stone slabs in this pattern. From there, we want trapdoors, but we're going to have to place another stone slab here just to place a trapdoor down from the top. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side, just important so you can get into the machine. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a block of choice, placing it on top of the workbenches like so. And then I want to go ahead and grab some glass, doesn't matter, stained glass, anything, clear glass, doesn't matter. Once you have that, you want 3 glass blocks like so. And I'm going to just finish that off with slabs right here. Moving over to the side, we want 2 more slabs coming off the tire, 1 smooth slab and then slab carpet. Very simple, and just in this pattern. So again, we'll do that over here, slabs, carpet, and then slab of choice right there. Awesome, and that should be the 3rd level. Alright, starting off the 4th level of the build, we're going to drop back this way. We're going to place sticky pistons here, and then 2 more immovable blocks just like so. And then we want a honey block on top of the slime block on top of the honey block. Next, I'm going to grab these slabs of choice here, placing them along the sides, observers in front of that, 1 in the middle, 1 on the other side, pistons on the outside, observers with a slime block right here. Next, we need a sticky piston, and we're going to face it directly into the slime block. From there, again, that is a sticky piston. We're going to grab an observer, and then we want that observer to point directly into this sticky piston, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and grab a trapdoor. Then we're going to place 3 of them coming out from that observer in a row. Now, I'm going to open the first one, and then I'm going to break this one so I can open it like this. There's no significance to that. I just think it looks better. From there, I'm going to place an observer in the front with a sticky piston in front of that, and that will be for the hatch, which is this block, where you can retract that if you're inside the build so you can fly out. From there, I'm going to go ahead and drop all the way back this way, grab a slime block, 2 observers, pistons in front of that, and then we're going to make a wheel well for the tire, just like this. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and mirror that to this side. Perfect. Now, once we have this, I'm going to go ahead and grab a block of choice. We're going to place it up against that observer, secondary block of choice, and then we're going to go back to our slabs and place in this pattern. And then I will go ahead and mirror that to this side as well. And that should be the completed 4th level. Just like 1 step left. And for the 5th and final level here, we'll take 2 slabs of choice and then 2 observers, and then we want 3 pistons, just like so. From there, we're going to come out another slab of choice, and then we want 3 secondary slabs. And we'll go ahead and place this type of design in. And we'll come back this way, come out, and we want a slab down, black carpet, and then this design in the front with our smooth stone slabs. And then we can do the exact same thing on this side. And once we're done with that, we are looking at the completed Batmobile. This thing's really cool. Go ahead and spin around here real quick. Alright, and before we pilot the machine, I'm going to come up here and remove this block really fast. I'm just going to change sides from that side to this side with the trapdoor, just so it's easier to use from the inside to open the hatch. Next up, I'm going to come back to the front, and then we're going to come up to the little stealth door here. We're going to come over to the side, and we're going to break out these 2 blocks. Now I'm going to grab staircases, and we're going to put them in just like this, and that's an upside down one underneath me. Put the slab back, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now this is going to make it easier to actually update those trapdoors, that trapdoor that we just replaced. Now, once we've done that, we can go ahead and grab an immovable block. We want to remove the immovable block that is right here. Once that's removed, we can go into the machine. We can go in from the side just by opening this trapdoor and hopping into that minecart. Now, from the minecart, you can open and close this trapdoor, and that will open the hatch on the top of the build, right here. In which, though, you want to make sure it is closed while you pilot the machine, or it will break, because the sticky piston is the 12th block on that segment. Now, from this trapdoor, we want to update it and then jump into the minecart. So we'll do that real quick. Jump into the minecart, and then we can drive the machine from the front. You can even look around. You can see that the whole machine is moving with us. And once you are satisfied with however far you want to go, you can place an immovable block on top of this piston, and it will fall all the way back to the back of the machine and stop it. In which, once that does fall all the way back and stop, you can hit shift and you'll actually pop out of the front of the machine, which I really actually very much like about it. But just want to make sure that you remove the immovable block before you start piloting it again, of course. Alright, and for the Bedrock Edition build, you will need all of these materials here. Go ahead and pause it if you'd like to write down everything that's in here. Just to clarify, these are just some slabs of choice. This is some black carpet, 4 of them, and then you also have 20 trapdoor of choice as well. But yeah, other than that, this will be all of elements that you'll want there, and you can also do any movable block entity. It doesn't have to be these two. I just use these two because I feel it looks best. But yeah, other than that, another thing to keep in mind as well is the dimensions. So the dimensions, this entire machine will fit within the light blue concrete powder, in which that is 17 blocks long, 7 blocks wide, and 5 blocks tall. So from there, once you know all that and you find a good cozy place for it, we're ready to start building. Before we start, just to show everyone building this in Bedrock Edition, this is the Batmobile I built in the tutorial. As you can see, it definitely works. So if you started the machine and it doesn't work, you either missed a block or two, or you accidentally built the wrong machine for your edition. Either way, I really just encourage destroying the pause button while following these tutorials. Even if you slow down the speed of the video, I tend to place blocks rather quickly. So pausing every few blocks can save you a lot of hassle and me having to read a nasty comment. Alright, so just starting off, we're going to be starting with 3 observers, and this of course, the light blue concrete powder is the footprint of the overall build, so it'll be 1 block away from the wall of the build. From there, we want a block of choice, and then we're going to go ahead and set in 3 pistons just to cover up the front of it like so. Then we want a terracotta block here, 1 right here, then we want observers in front of those, and then we're also going to come out this way with observers, pistons, and then from there we can grab our smooth stone slabs and come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks total. And then from here we're going to go ahead and come out 2 more on each side. Now before I forget, I want to grab our black stone stairs, and we just want to go ahead and put 2 on the back like so. Now the difference between the Bedrock Edition and the Java Edition is that we will not be placing the stairs on the front. Next up, we're going to grab those terracotta blocks again, place 1 here, and we want 1 right there. And then we want to come out 1 block further with our slabs on both sides, so to here, and then we can even that up from the terracotta block as well, just like so. We'll do that same thing over here. Perfect. Then we'll finish it off with our black stone stairs again by placing in a temporary block and then placing an upside down staircase, just like so. Then we'll come around this way and place 2 more upside down staircases in, should be the bottom of our front wheels. But yeah, that should be the first layer. Alright, so let's start on the second level. Coming in all the way to the back, we want 2 honey blocks like so, 2 slime blocks like this with 1 slime block back. We're going to grab those observers. We want 2 in front of each other like this. On this side, we're going to grab a slab of choice, put it right there, and then we want a block of choice in front of it and in front of that observer, and then 3 pistons just like so. Grabbing honey blocks, I want 1 here, a movable block right there, sticky piston, and then an observer facing into it. Again, that's a sticky piston with an immovable block in between it and the honey block. Coming over this way, we want an observer right here. We want a honey block right there. We want 2 slime blocks out on both sides. Then what we're going to do is grab our redstone blocks really quick. We just want 2, one there, and then one right there. Coming back to the front, we want an observer in front of the honey block, and then one to the side, and then another one on the side right there, and then we can put in 4 pistons, just like so. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and grab my block of blackstone block. Go ahead, put it in right there. Next, I want to go ahead and grab my smooth stone slabs, placing in like so. I'm going to grab my glazed terracotta. I want this pattern. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab my trapdoors. I want one on the back of this observer here, and then an observer in front of it with a piston in front of that. Slime blocks here. Observers. More pistons. I'm going to go ahead and grab those trapdoors again. We want to face them up against the observer and the piston. And then we want another one right here that is up. Come around this way, and we want 2 more. Slime block in front of that, and we should be good to go. Coming out from this piston to right here, we want a block of choice. I'm going to go ahead, actually got them on me. We want 3 glazed terracotta, 1, 2, 3 with the slime block in the middle. We're going to do that on both sides. We can finish off the tires with our staircase right in the front. From there, we're going to grab our workbenches. Any movable workbenches work for this. In Bedrock Edition, you obviously can move a ton of stuff. You can even throw some furnaces in there if you wanted to, or whatever have you. I'm just going to use those, like the Java Edition build. Now from here, what we're going to go ahead and do is drop back to this slime block. Go ahead and switch up, grabbing my polished blackstone and the slab. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 full blocks, and we want 1 slab on the top, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. To do that again on this side, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 full blocks, slab on the top, slab on the bottom, slab on the top, and slab on the bottom. Awesome, so you should be looking at this overall shape for your second level. Alright, so starting off the third layer, we're going to come all the way back to this slime block here and place 2 immovable blocks, just like so. Now from here, what we're going to go ahead and do is come around this way. We want our sticky pistons, one right here, and then we want another sticky piston just like so. And then coming around, we want to grab that slime block, fill in that gap, and then this side will have a honey block. Now from here, we want to go ahead and grab our observers. We want one here, and then we also want to go ahead and grab our slab of choice, placing one there, and then one along the side of this honey block. And we can go ahead and place observers in front of that as well. Now from there, we want a slime block here, and then we want a honey block right there. We want to go ahead and put in our pistons just like so. Now from this position, it's actually very simple. What we want to go ahead and do is come to here, go ahead and place in 2 honey blocks like this. We want to go ahead and place in 2 observers like so, and then observers on the side just like this. Next up, we can go ahead and place in 4 pistons again, just like so. Grab our blackstone stairs, placing them on the front and then the backs of these sideways facing observers. And from there, we're going to come all the way back to the front. We're going to grab our terracotta blocks. We want 2 here and then 2 there. Grab our trapdoors, and we want 2 up here, same right there and on this side. Awesome. Now from here, what we're going to go ahead and do is grab our stone slabs, smooth stone slabs. We want to put in 2 there, 2 here, and then 1, 1. Same on this side. Now we're going to grab our trapdoors again. We want to hang them from the top, both sides. And then we can grab those smooth stone slabs again, breaking that middle one out, and then wanting to make sure that you just put 1 in there instead, but we needed it to place the trapdoors. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and grab a block of choice. I'm going to place it over our workbenches. And then from there, we want some glass, 3 pieces just like so, and then some slabs in front just like this. Now from here, we're going to go all the way over to the side with our slabs, and we want to place 2 right here with 1 right here. Then we want a slab of choice there, and then right here on this block, we're going to go ahead and place in a black carpet. And we'll do the exact same thing over here. 2 smooth stone slabs, slab of choice, another smooth stone slab over here with a black carpet in the middle. Awesome. And that should be your completed 3rd level. And for the 4th level, we'll go ahead and start with our obsidian. We want 2 of those just like so. Come around this way, we're going to grab these sticky pistons, and we want 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, just like so. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a slime block here, and then right over the honey block, and then we're gonna put a honey block over the slime block on that side. Coming around this way, we're gonna go ahead and throw in a slab of choice, and we wanna go ahead and do the same thing, other side. We want 3 observers, 1, 2, 3, 2 pistons, like so. Now from here, we're gonna go ahead and grab those observers again. We're gonna place one right against the back of this sticky piston facing into it. From there, we're going to grab our trapdoors again. We want 1, 2, 3. And just because I like my trapdoors facing a certain way, I'm also going to place it like this so they can open up like so. Next, I'm going to grab an observer, placing it in here, piston in front of that. I'm going to go ahead and grab these 2 blocks here so I can put a polished black stone like so, and then a slab in front of it, and then a secondary slab in front of that. Awesome. Coming back to this block right here, we're going to go ahead and put in a slime block, and then we want 2 observers like so, and then we want 2 pistons on the front of those. We're going to grab our slabs, and we're going to make a wheel well for the tire. And then we're going to go ahead and duplicate that to the side. Awesome. And once we have that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to switch up this block for this one. I'm going to go ahead and place in a block of choice against that observer. Secondary block of choice there. Slabs like so, and then 2 more like that. Awesome. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And as soon as you have done that, you are looking at the completed 4th level. And finally, the last step, we're going to come all the way back to this area here, placing in some slabs of choice. Then we're going to grab observers. We'll go ahead and place 2 just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and place pistons. 1 here, 1 right there, and 1 right here. Now, from there, we're going to go ahead and grab our smooth stone slabs, coming out 1. And then we want 1, 2, 3 polished black stone slabs. Out 2 right here, and then 1 right here, and then we want a trapdoor, and this is where you'll be able to get in and out of your machine. I know it's not as cool as the Java edition one where you get all these cool hookups, but you know, blame Mojang. Now from there, what we're going to do is put a stone slab of choice right here. We're going to go ahead and place 1 down here, and then we want 1 up top, and then 2 on the bottoms, just like so, with a black carpet like that. Next up, we're going to come back this way, and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Awesome. And now, once you are looking at that, you are looking at your completed Batmobile. I'll go ahead and show you how to use it. Alright, so if you built the machine up to this point, then we just have 1 fix to make, and then 1 block that we missed. So coming around to this side, we're going to come down in this way. We're going to place another glazed terracotta on top of that first one. And then we're going to come back here to this kind of tailpipe looking thing. We're going to go ahead and get rid of one of these immovable blocks. We want to kind of make it look like this instead. And we're going to get rid of both of these. And then we're going to come in with an observer, point straight down. And then that observer is going to point into this piston. And this piston needs to be facing this direction because this will be how the engine keeps up with itself. So the machine doesn't just stop randomly. But once you've done that, you're looking at your completed machine. You'll need an immovable block to stop it, but that is all. You can go ahead and release it from its immovable block right there. You can go ahead and come up this way and get into your machine through the trapdoor on the top. And once that's all closed up, it can be closed or open, doesn't matter. Once that's all closed up, we can take a look around. We're going to want to be standing up in this direction here. These trapdoors are not the best at getting you to move forward with the machine. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It happens. But from there, what we're going to do is open up this trapdoor right here, and the entire machine will start moving. And as, of course, you kind of pilot it, you can kind of just relax in here if you wanted to. If you get too close to the front, you're going to fall through when it moves, but you just jump and you get back in there. But yeah, overall, this is how the machine works. It's actually pretty reliable now with those little minor fixes, besides, you know, just getting jumped out of my machine just then. So then, if that happens, all you got to do is just come up here, make sure you can open that up, and walk back into your machine. Now, from here, if you want your machine to stop, you want to place an immovable block right on the top of this piston right here. From there, that immovable block will drop all the way back to stop your robot. And then once it is stopped, you can safely leave your machine, which obviously is still through the same trapdoor that you walked into it with. Yeah. As you can see, your entire machine has moved forward and you have made yourself a Tumbler Batmobile. Now, which machine do you feel gets to be the winner? I personally feel the Java Edition build takes the win. Even though Bedrock Edition has moving block entities and has more versatility with what you put at the front of the machine, Java offers the stealth door on the side to secretly get into the build, a hatch on the top that can be flown out of, and you get minecarts to sit in. Keep in mind though, I'm not going to bring up Bedrock's piston update mechanics into this, even though they are terribly frustrating, especially when machines work, but only for a random number of blocks at a time. So getting the machine to work just right took quite a while. Let me know in the comments below which version gives you a better machine. I really hope you enjoyed this video back. Mega videos coming soon. If more videos like this one are what you're after, then I encourage you to check out the first option where Java and Bedrock face off for the first time with 4-way flying machines. Or if you'd like to see what my channel thinks is best for the viewer, I encourage you to check out the second option